I mean, I had a bad day, but at least I didn't get struck out by a guy with a broken leg. Hey there, Winning Bets Nation and YouTube Nation. What is going on out there on this fine Wednesday morning? I hope you guys are having a good morning. And I'm, of course, Jason Mattis with Winning Bets, giving you guys those free sports books each and every single day. Thanks for kicking off another day with me here. Yesterday was brutal to us. Started off in soccer. Absolutely brutal. Gave out 5 of those soccer bets in that EFL Cup game and lost each and every single one. Ugh, hate that. Gutted that happened. I took 2 guys that have anytime goal scorers. Neither one of them came through there for Chelsea. Took Chelsea to score in both halves. Thought maybe we were going to get a little magic there because Chelsea scores in the 45th minute. So you're like, okay, now this bet's alive in the second half. We got a dream, an absolute dream scenario with Southampton scoring in the 47th minute. It's like, okay, well now Chelsea's going to have to go for it this entire second half rather than maybe, you know, playing on the back foot a little bit there and playing defensively for part of it till maybe Southampton gets a goal late. No. Southampton gets that goal nice and early. So Chelsea has to go for it that entire second half and they're unable to score. So we didn't get a plus money cash in there. Took both teams to score in that Arsenal versus Leeds game. Leeds can't find the back of the net. They're absolutely atrocious, but I like their lineup. They actually had a pretty decent lineup going on right there. They had Phillips in the midfield. They had Rodrigo. They had James going on. I mean, they had a good lineup right there. So really disappointing for them that they were unable to find the back of the net. And then we took QPR at home to get at least 2 goals, and they couldn't get the job done there against Sunderland. So yeah, disappointing. Absolutely just disappointing affair right there in soccer. We bounced back really nicely though in baseball. In the World Series game number 1, Braves money line got a nice, excellent, good cash right there. Got a sweaty under 8.5 runs. That one ended up being super sweaty there towards the back end of those innings, but we got one cash right there. And then obviously the heartbreak right there is Charlie Morton. I mean, just sailing, just absolutely cruising through 2 innings. Then takes a ball off the shin, off the leg or whatever happened to him right there. And then he still managed to get 3 outs on a broken leg. We did not deserve to lose that. We deserved to get a sweep last night in baseball. We didn't deserve to go 2-1. We should have had a nice 3-0 sweep. I'll tell you what, these guys are tough as hell. If I break my leg, yeah, not only am I crying like hell, calling for help, take me to the nearest hospital, throw me in an air cast. I'm not standing on the mound and getting 3 more outs, striking somebody out, striking out Altuve, one of the better hitters in the league, while I'm falling off the mound. God, these guys, man, they are tough. They are tough. It's a broken leg that knocked me out for weeks, absolutely weeks right there. So yeah, brutal right there. And then the dogs just continued absolutely brutal to us. No, the NBA dogs won last night, so that was a quick 5 units right out the door right there. And then NHL dogs only got 2 of them to win out of the 7, but lost a couple units right there. So the dogs are, I'm actually getting tired of these dogs cleaning me out. I'm going to ride it out the rest of this week, obviously, see what happens. I mean, at this point, you know, I want to see if they can at least get a little bit of my profit back right there. But boy, I'm getting tired of these dogs just taking me to the cleaners right here. So we'll see if they can't turn us around here on this hump day edition here Wednesday. Otherwise, though, yeah, we're in a deep hole. We're in a deep hole sitting here on Wednesday, 2 days in. It's frustrating because we had a good Monday. We turned a profit. We had a good World Series game 1. Again, we deserved that sweep. We didn't deserve to have Charlie Morton bow out there due to injury right there, but it happens. Injuries are part of the game, and thankfully it's only Wednesday, and there's still plenty more time to go ahead and claw up out of this way. Hopefully you guys are doing good. I saw a lot of good reaction on Twitter. A lot of you guys really only played, you know, the World Series props. I know a lot of you guys aren't doing these dogs anyway, so while I may be getting my ass kicked, I don't believe that you guys are getting your ass kicked. I think it's just me really getting it, taking it to the cleaners right there, and I think that's and the amount of people that hit me up on Twitter yesterday talking about how that Braves bet was a good one, under 8.5 runs, and then obviously, you know, everybody understands the Morton injury right there. So glad you guys were able to put some money up in your profit. Let's see if we can't do that again for you here on Wednesday's show. With that being said, obviously there's another round of EFL Cup games going on. I've only got 2 bets for this right now, but just like yesterday, I've got to see lineups. I need to see lineups to see who's going to be involved in these games. But there's 2 players right now, same 2 players we cashed last round in the EFL Cup. It's Liverpool. It's Origi, anytime goal scorer at plus 175, and it's Minamino, anytime goal scorer at plus 180. Again, we cashed both of these. I gave you guys both of these bets last time with the, you know, with the thought process that we only need to get one of the two to cash to turn a pretty good profit. And we got both of them to find the back of the net in the last round of this tournament. So they're going up against Preston. Preston's not even a Premier League team. I actually think they'll put up a better fight than Norwich. I mean, Norwich is awful. You can't do much worse than Norwich. So I expect a little bit better showing here by Preston. But these two guys will lead the line. There's no reason to wait for lineups. You just don't wait for lineups. These two guys will be leading the line there for Liverpool. So go ahead and jump on them, because if you wait until lineups come out, you're going to get a much worse value. You can always cash out. If once we see lineups, if one of these two players isn't in the lineup, then go ahead and cash out and get your money back right there and ride out maybe the one that is in lineup. But both of these guys will be in the starting lineup. But otherwise, we're going to get more of these soccer bets going on today. Again, Liverpool's in action, so we're going to be betting that Liverpool game, just not these two players. We're going to be getting in an actual bet on that Liverpool game. Got Burnley going up against Tottenham. We like to see those lineups, but Burnley's been struggling to score. We'll see what Tottenham throws out there, but maybe Burnley, can struggle to find the back of the net. Then, of course, you got Manchester City going up against West Ham, so that'll be a good game right there. So just look for you, follow me on Twitter. We'll go ahead and get some more of these bets on it. And, and you also got Leicester versus Brighton going on today. Definitely be betting that game. Can't wait to see lineups right there. So go ahead and follow me on Twitter. It's at WinningBetsPod. It's at WinningBetsPod. Went 0-5 yesterday. We won't be doing that today. Make sure you get on board and cash these bets with me. All right, let's move it over now to World Series game number 2. I'm back on Braves money line. It's black at plus money. Braves money line at plus 105. I didn't see anything last night to get me off of the Braves. We talked about it here on yesterday's show. They've got the better bullpen. Offense-wise, when you get in this part of the season, all these offenses are both equally as good. I wouldn't say that the Astros are any better than the Braves, or the Braves are any better than the Astros. It's all a wash right there. From a starting pitching perspective, we kind of get the advantage in this one, just like we got it yesterday in Charlie Morton with Fried going up against Urquidy right here. Look at their numbers. Fried has got better numbers than Urquidy, so yeah, I absolutely like this. So I'm on Braves money line at plus 105. I got no problem with this. I actually love taking the NL team when you get in that AL part, because the AL team, they can't improve in the World Series. But the NL team, that manager gets to look down his bench and go, what bat do I want to get 4 at-bats? Because we get a DH, fellas. Our lineup's getting better. Their lineup's just staying the same. Braves were good last night. Did nothing to get me off the Braves. So I'll go ahead and take a stab here again at the Braves and that plus money. I'm rolling at plus 105. Look for me on Twitter to maybe live bet the over. This game feels like it could go over, but I think it would go over more in the bullpens rather than the starting pitcher. Both of these starting pitchers have, really good numbers. Don't kid yourself. Urquidy's got some good numbers in his own right. It feels like with the way the bullpens were used yesterday due to injury and obviously due to Valdez struggling, that they just threw out so many arms. This feels like maybe a game that we can take advantage of the sportsbooks giving us a low number when the starting pitchers kind of do their thing, at least how I think the starting pitchers will kind of do their thing. They lower that over-under total, and then we can jump and bet the over. And then I think get a relatively easy cash against bullpens that were, at least showing their arms yesterday. So just look for me on Twitter. Maybe we'll go ahead and pull the trigger on a live bet, and we'll go ahead and bet that over in this game right there. But otherwise, we'll just go ahead and take the Braves money line at plus 105. All right, let's go ahead and hit you guys with some NBA player props, and we're just riding guys from last season. I'm not going to give you any analysis. The season is still too young. I told you guys, after about 2 weeks, we can really start to analyze numbers, and you guys will get the data that you're used to getting from me last season, which was, how teams defend the paint, how teams defend the arc, who's shooting well behind the arc, who's really dominating the paint, who's really dominating mid-range. All those stats and information I gave you guys last season that we obviously used to our advantage and were profitable in the NBA, at least in the earlier on in the season before the wheels fell off there due to COVID and all those issues that we've kind of talked about there. I'll give you guys that information starting next week when we have 2 games sample, but to me, the sample size is too small, right? I mean, what if a team went up against like the Nets and the Bucks and the Heat? Well, yeah, your numbers are probably going to look like shit. Those are 3 of the best teams in the league. Or maybe you played the Clippers and, the Suns, or for example. So I'm not going to give you any data. We're just going to guys that we rode last season. All these names will sound very, very familiar. So let's just go ahead and ride guys that we know. The first one, CJ McCollum. I'm going to double dip and do both of his numbers. I'm doing over 3.5 3-pointers at plus 104, and I'm going over his point total at 23.5 at minus 110. Admittedly, I just told you guys I'm absolutely struggling. I've dug myself a big hole while I'm trying to come up out of it. This is not going on tilt and reaching because we know CJ McCollum. I'm just, instead of picking between one of these two, I'm going to go ahead and do them both. If you only want to take one, take the one that's at plus money. Take the one that's cashed 100% of the time. time where his point total hasn't cashed 100%. Take the 3-point. If you only want to take one, yeah, take 3-pointers and take the one at plus money. It's a no, that's a no-brainer on which one to go ahead and take. But again, I'm going to go ahead and take his 3-pointers and his point total. So let's go CJ McCollum. The next one we're going to do is Blake Griffin. You guys know it. We sweated these unders a ton last season to cashes. It's under 7.5 points at minus 112 over at FanDuel. This bet is cashed in all games last season, just like it cashed in a whole hell of a lot of them last season when he was a member of those Detroit Pistons. These are sweaty. I remember sweating these guys, or sweating this bet with you guys last season. Unders are super, super, super sweaty. It's Blake Griffin. I got no problem fading him, so we'll take his under 7.5 points right there. Another player that we went ahead and faded a lot last season was Robert Covington. We started to jump on him when we were having a lot of success there with CJ McCollum, because we were, in betting CJ McCollum, we noticed that Robert Covington wasn't a big part of this offense, so we started to fade him, and we took his under point total a ton last season, got a lot of cashes, so I'm right back on it. It's Covington under 7.5 points at minus 106 over at FanDuel. Not only from knowing him last season, but it's his cash in 2 of the 3 games already this season. More than likely, it's the same story as last season. He's just probably not a big part of this offense. It's only been 3 games, small sample size, but to me, that's pretty good that it's already cashed so far in two of those 3 games. So I'll go ahead and take that. This next one here, we'll do a parlay. One of these players we really know. The other one, we kind of were backing more towards the end of the season. And Hayward was the player we were backing all season long. Gordon Hayward, I'm taking over 1.5 3-pointers made and parlaying with Anthony Edwards over 2.5 3-pointers made at plus 160. We don't really need to talk about Hayward. Again, a player that we cashed a ton last season. Edwards, not so much in terms of his quantity. We were getting cashes last year. We just weren't playing him a ton. But in terms of Edwards, he's already cashed his in every game so far this season. He's averaging 10.3 3-pointer attempts last season right there, and the Bucks allowed the 3rd highest 3-point field goal percentage allowed in the NBA so far this season. This one I was turned on Twitter. Someone else already tweeted Anthony Edwards, or at least this single play right there, but there was too much juice. I wanted to bet Hayward, but it was way too juicy. I needed something to parlay it with. Then once I saw this tweet there earlier on with this information about how it's cash, how the 3-pointers he's attempted, and how the Bucks so far have struggled early on to defend a 3, it was an easy pairing right here, and I got that one at plus 160 up over at DraftKings, so we'll roll right there. All right, so to go ahead and recap it for you guys, we're doing that Braves money line at plus 105. We'll take Origi anytime goal scorer at plus 175. We'll take Minamino anytime goal scorer at plus 180. McCollum over 3.5 3-pointers at plus 104. McCollum over 23.5 points at minus 110. Griffin under 7.5 points at minus 112. Covington under 7.5 points at minus 106. And then do a parlay of Hayward over 1.5 threes, Edwards over 2.5 threes, and you can get that at plus 160. And again, look for me on Twitter. Maybe we'll live bet that over in the baseball game tonight, and we will certainly get in some EFL Cup games. Those games start at 1:45 p.m. Central Time. Lineups drop at 12:45 p.m. Central Time, so probably a little bit after 1, kind of just like yesterday. I'll go ahead and drop some EFL Cup games. Otherwise, guys, go enjoy your Wednesday. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Let's have a good day. Let's have a good day. Let's get some positivity going. I know you guys cash in that baseball, but I need some help with these dogs. These dogs are kicking my ass. Come on, let's have a good day, dogs, and let's cash all these other bets along the way. All right, guys, we'll see you back here tomorrow. Thanks for watching till the end. I'm Jason Mattis. Any love you can show by giving me a like, a subscription, or a comment, or even just share this video is very much appreciated. And don't forget to turn on your notifications to increase your chances of locking in the same odds as I talked about today, and check out my other great videos in these corners.